Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore. Wait a minute, this music isn't right, the scene isn't right. Hang on. That's more like it. And now it's time to the show for all creatives. Nevermind the Furthermore. Your source for conversation, inspiration, and fun. With your host, Nicholas Anthony Tockert. He's an artist, a writer, a swordsman, and a game designer. He knows how to use the sword and axe in historical battles without anybody getting hurt too much. He's also the Manatee Man, master of marketing. And he may even have a guest or two. One thing, though, to be certain. Just don't call him a cryptid. With that, it's about time for the show. So sit back, enjoy, and have some coffee and chat with us.
Good morning, Nevermorians. I'm your host with the most, Mr. Nicholas Anthony Tockert, freelance author, artist, swordmaster, game designer, and retired paranormal consultant. The one, the only, the master of disaster, the Manatee Man himself, master of marketing. Folks, I hope you're having a beautiful Monday morning. Before we get things started, you know we got to pay the bills. And first and foremost, we want to put a shout out to our own Mr. Joe Bachman. Go to this link, buy that man's apps. He was kind enough to fund this video and helps me feel like I'm a host of NPR because this show is made possible by viewers just like you, where you can donate through the Historical Fencing Guild Patreon at www.historicalfencingguild. I may set up a separate Patreon for the show. I haven't quite figured that out yet. But you can always, if you want to help me keep the lights on and get a grateful reminder, hit paypal.me/Nicholas Tockert. I will accept all funds delightfully offered. Moving forward from that, I'd far rather actually have you buy my books, such as The Simple Sword, The Fighting Axe, The Simple Spear, and the Big Stompy Robots line of books and games. Because, folks, I'm here to serve the community. And just about everything I do is about service. And I have a lot going on in my mind right now, a lot to talk about. And I want to get right out into it. Today is a knuckle down day. We did the cold snap that hit caused some issues around my neck of the woods. It is much better now that we're in the balmy 40s than the several degrees below zero with enough wind that the house is shaking. But we are moving forward. And we are in Thanksgiving week. And before we barrel down towards the revenge of Gobbles McGillicuddy, we have to think in terms of what we are thankful for. So I want you guys, as authors, as writers, in prep for next week, I don't expect you guys, I'm not going to snap a big question like this, but I do want you to keep in mind what you're thankful for. I want to discuss that Wednesday, because Wednesday we'll have a lot of time. And I really want us as a community to come together and really remind how fortunate we are, because it's easy to get lost in the mad drive to create and to consume. But we live, at least those of us in America and most uh, civilized nations, have a fairly good margin of freedom of what we can discuss. The simple fact is the vast majority of people are far freer than they realize because they are afraid of the responsibility that freedom demands of you. So thank your lucky stars, God in heaven, whatever you want to talk to, that on this beautiful, brisk November morning, we're all alive that are hearing this, unless they've got Wi-Fi in heaven, at which point I'm going to have some splaining to do for those green rooms that I've been in. But be thankful, folks. Now, before we get really rolling, there is a somber note. We lost actor and martial arts enthusiast Jason David Frank, and we lost him to suicide, which is a word that YouTube doesn't like, Facebook doesn't like. A lot of things don't like that word as a means of prevention. But I think it's high time we remind everyone, so that if they should fall into that place where they don't have hope, I want the hands already reached out. Okay? If standing with one hand out over the water, just in case somebody might be drowning, helps somebody, then I think it's worth it. And there are lots of good folks out there. The holidays hit hard, and forced merriment and family and social entanglements can be difficult. Memories can be difficult this time of year. And I just want you all to know that I love you. Okay? Completely irrationally, or I don't know you. Many of you I do know, and I obviously love you. But if by chance you're one of the viewers, and about half my audience isn't subscribed, many of them are first timers who are authors and creators, and at the same time, let's be honest, we can be a bit of a troubled lot. It's not even a cliche at this point. It's beyond a cliche or a trope. But you're not alone. You're not alone in what you're dealing with, and you're not alone in your creative journey. There are folks who will help you. And, the more we help you, the more you can help yourself, the more you can help others. It's this beautiful cycle of building people up, of overcoming the darkness, because I understand, folks, that it's been a rough couple of years. For some of us, it's been a rough couple decades. But I'm also the kind of person who's seen wonders. I've seen people overcome impossible odds. I've seen addicts get clean. I've seen drunkards become sober. I've seen families come back together on the edge of breaking, and those that did break do so in a manner that is best for all parties. I know it can get better. Even I forget it sometimes. I know it can get better, and things around here are getting better. We're going to fall into my accountability. We're just going to phase right from getting better into my accountability. It's been 6 years since I shared around to my advanced readers copies of The Simple Sword. 6 years I've published, I don't know how many things. I've actually lost count offhand. But I'm looking to get 3 more out by the end of the year. I wanted a couple out by the end of the weekend, but family necessity and weather restraints got hold of me. And there's a part of me that's deeply ashamed that I got knocked back by some things that have to happen. But That doesn't matter. Everybody gets knocked down. I'm going to tell you, there's no rider, in motorcycles, there are only two kinds of riders: those who've fallen off, and those who are gonna. Uh, you fall down, you eat dirt, you crash, and you burn sometimes. I'm not gonna lie to you. A lot of people build motivation by it can get better. I'm not gonna lie, it's hard. Life is hard, creation is hard. Staying soft and gentle in a world that seems designed to calcify hearts and enshroud us in rage is hard. But all of it's doable. You can do this. I believe you can do this. And I don't ask you to do it for 20 years. I don't ask you to do it for the rest of your life. I ask you to do it for one more day. And when I see you next, that's what I'll ask again. It's a simple kind of thing. You just put one step in front of the other, one foot in front of the other, one step. Yeah. But before we get into the comments and probably a bit more chipper note, I want to put a huge shout out to Joe Dog McKeel. He arranged an opportunity, and he came to me asking for me to talk briefly about what happened, and just to offer non-judgmental condolences, because I don't believe that loss of someone who's an inspiration to you. I hate when they use heroes for actors, because very few actors are actually heroes. They pretend to be. But this is someone who was at least a kind soul and did a lot to help people, inspired. And perhaps that is the scope of heroism, at least part of it. But that being said, Joe reached out when a lot of people were upset and went, how can I help people? And for about a half hour, we tried to help people. And if it does no good, it did some good for Joe, I think. It did some good for me. And that alone is enough. But I hope it did good for others. And that's the kind of people you want in your life. The kind of people who, when the rain is coming down, they go, how can we build a shelter? When people are hurt, how can we patch them? And we go through that. Sorry. It's the time of day where my news notices start coming through. But so, Joe, thank you. And I hope you brought comfort to the people who need it. And folks, if you are hurting and you are in that mindset, please dial 988. There is nothing wrong. There is no shame in reaching for help when you need it, because we can't read minds. And the people, very often I find the people who reach out and help the most are the people who hurt the most. And when it comes to their turn, when the world is dark and they feel alone, they're the least comfortable feeling like they're a burden, because you're not. And if you can't think about yourselves, think about the people when you get through this, you will be helping. Because, folks, you never want permanent solutions for temporary problems. Bad things come from permanent solutions for temporary problems. So let's get cracking with our week, because we should be thankful that we're here. We should be thankful that we've survived another day, despite the assassin's best efforts, and be thankful that we are an opportunity to create. So, with all that said, and my accountability is I threw a few more 100 words at my horror anthology. I did quite a few videos, because I've started live streaming when I can. It's not an always thing. It's not a scheduled thing. But when I have time, I will live stream my drawing for the thumbnails for this show in another show, Art Time with Nick, where we chat while I draw. And then I segment the time lapses, and I share those for the people who just like to watch a pretty picture, hopefully pretty, appear on screen. And thanks to everybody who's been coming out to those. Again, that program is not a scheduled program because my schedule can't take another chunk of time always assigned to it, especially during the weekend. But it is there when I can. And we will see. Now, enough of that. Enough of me. I'm irrelevant. I'm just a short, fat, furry little man in a Hawaiian shirt trying to get folks to write and maybe look at the stuff I write. Let's hit the comments, and then I'll drop some plugs for folks, and we will keep hopping and popping down this, because you did not come to this channel to be somber. No, friends, you came to this channel for that Monday morning wake up. I'd say Monday morning motivation, but I do not want to steal Michaela's line because that woman scares me, and she is accurate. So I don't want to end up with an arrow. So let's see who's first through the door and just start hopping and popping. Good morning, Nevermorians. Another week has begun, so let's grab it by the horns and get ready to feast later this week. Yes! Fat guy favorite holiday. Joe Bachman, my brother, I love you. You and Trey are the other legs of the table that holds up my world, so thank you very much. Morning, Joe B, and we got Joe D through the door. Now, friends, you know Joe's going to talk. And before he gets going, you know what I got to do. I have no choice. I need to hear that jam, Joe. Joe, hit me. Hit me with that music.
Hi, I am Joe D. McPhee. I am the host of From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher. And I want to cordially invite you to watch our show Saturdays at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. On our show, we will have different guests as well as talk about the comic book industry and pop culture. And every so often, I might actually do a drawing session or a 3D rendering session every here and there. So once again, I want to invite you to watch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher right here on the broadcast channel that you're looking at, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Hope to see you there, and make certain that you catch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks.
Yeah, that's Jody McPhee, a wonderful fellow who's always got an opinion on things, and I cannot express how cool some of the stuff he does is. So let's get things going. Oh, God, there's something about that. I've fallen into that groove, and it just resets me a little bit. It's good for the soul. It's part of my little maintenance. You got to have maintenance, folks. You got to maintain your mojo. Like, I have a couple things that on really dark days, when it's hard to sit down and plug, I listen to because they help. And then things like Jody, the background music for Jody McPhee's show helps. I'm going to have to get the engineer in here and work on the walls of, my secret fortress over here. I think things are going to have to happen soon. Anyhow, good morning, all. And good morning, Joe D. McPhee. Good morning, Jody. Doing well this morning. How are you? I'm in a better mood, waiting until the show starts so I can do some accountability. Oh, that's good. Better mood is always a good thing. Really enjoyed your show Saturday night. And good morning, Kat Rothermel. Kat Rothermel, Kat, you are one of my favorite people in the world. Let's let Kat art. Bam. Hashtag let Kat art. Folks, we need to get her selling products so that she can make more money, so that she can take, because I feel the world is for as wonderful services she does as an art teacher. And it's greedy of me. It is greedy. But I want to see her in a place where she can do more creative installations, more art shows, more programs, more time with her very lucky and starkly attractive husband. I'm comfortable saying that. Robert, who does his own installations. I want to see her have every opportunity to enjoy some of the glory that she's put out in the world. I feel there is a karmic imbalance here, folks. And if there's one thing I cannot abide, it is when there is a lack of equivalent exchange. There needs to be some balance thrown that woman's way. And just because she was blessed with grace and beauty and creativity doesn't mean that that should be all that she gets to deal with. So I hope to see her hooked up. And folks, thank you for subscribing and watching her stuff, because it looks like she's getting a custom URL, and that's what I want to see. I want to see other people's subs go up. I want to see URLs for everybody that are custom so that they can promote. I want to see some joy out there, folks, and I am not afraid to reach down into myself and build that out, reach out to the Lord and call out to you guys and say, let's build this world better. Woo! There it is. Full on jam. I'm feeling it. Let's see what else we got going down. Oh, I got to put the Let Cat art banner away, or else we won't be able to see the comments. Oh, comment dump. Okay. And I will run Cat's commercial in a moment because there's a lot going on, and I want to see what else is going on. But you know I won't forget you, darling. Hugs and kisses. All righty. Thanks. I'm always trying to improve the show, says Jody McPhee. It's kind of the sole source of my grinding since I haven't been able to do comic shows as late. Hey, we proved in 2020 that if you can't get out, you can still get the word out. And I want to see folks keeping it up. So I believe in you, Joe. Good morning. Good morning, Mr. Carl Winsman. Uncle Carl, to those who know. The Sultan of the Green Room's unspeakable pleasures. Yes. How are you doing this morning? Creating, gassing folks, having a good time? Morning, Carl. Morning, Joe and Nick and the lurkers. And he says, good morning, Cat, too. I know he means it. Morning, Carl. Carl says, I might have written some yesterday, but I'm not saying how many words because quality is more than quantity. No matter what NaNoWriMo may think. Ha ha ha! I added the ha for flavor. Yes, folks, if you're doing the NaNoWriMo challenge, that's great. I do have one novel-length project I did a very long time ago. And I may someday edit it so it may see the light of day. I'm not sure. It's pretty hard. But just because your projects are short, don't feel you can't publish them. I'm going to talk about a book briefly. This is a book I bought. Let me see if I can hold it. The Art of Peace by Morihei Ueshiba. Anyway, the founder of Aikido. And I will talk about this a bit at some point, but it is a very small book with relatively small word count. It is still a very valuable little book. I found it interesting as a point and counterpoint to topics like The Art of War by Sun Tzu and Musashi's Seminal Five Rings. But it's not a big volume. It still has value. I used to carry around Machiavelli's The Prince in my pocket because I was studying, tactically assessing the mindset of my enemy, if that makes any sense. I wanted to understand how the ruthless mind works because I don't always think that way. So please, even if you have small projects, get them out there. Word count is not everything. Now, Nick is right. We hold ourselves back more than anyone else could. Absolutely. And I am victim of it. I get to what I call completion paralysis. And no, don't be pervy about that. Where I have a book and it's almost done. It just needs cover art or something. And then my brain will seize violently. And it is the ADHD level of paralysis. It's like, hey, put your hand on that hot pan, that hot stove. I physically can't do it. It gets that way for a while. And then it breaks loose and a whole lot gets done real fast. But if you know you're holding yourself back, take a breath, figure out why and what you can do to get around it. And if you need to ask for help, ask for help. That's what we're here for. And what's this? What's this? Brian K. Morris, the prince of promotion, the original master of the Rising Tide, he who I keep in homage every episode up as the logo, as long as StreamYard will let me. If creation was easy, more people would be doing it. Good morning and happy pre-Thanksgiving Nevermorians. Preach on, Brother Brian. Yes, folks, it is a beautiful day when Brian visits us. And please go to Risingtide.pub. I've got a banner for that because I've never taken that down. Bam. So that we can, and it is so good to say this, folks, hashtag bring cookie home. Yes, folks, Brian has stepped back from some of his online promotion scheduling because he needed time and to work on creation, to spend time with Cookie and deal with his own stuff. And it is wonderful, and I still count it as one of the greatest privileges of my life that I've been able to take over the show for him. So thank you, Brian K. Morris. Let's see who else has what to say. And you need to send me a commercial, Brian. Bow now, bow, bow now, bow, bow now, bow, bow now, bow. Where was I? I gotta find where I was. Okay, bam, there we are. Look who popped in. Hey, Brian. Good morning, BKM. Hey, Carl. Hey, Joe. Hope all is well. We hope all is well with you, Brian, or better than well. We want it to be ascending, elevating. We want your world to open up in an explosive venue of glory because you, sir, deserve it. Joe Bachman, for my accountability, I haven't gotten nearly as much done as needed lately. Hoping with the project wrapping up this weekend, I can finally start focusing on coding again. Oh, Joe Bachman, my dear friend, I understand the burdens you carry, but I am so looking forward to several of the projects I know you are working on. You brilliant mad lad. And I cannot wait to see you do more. And folks, really, what is schedule stabilizers? If you have app requests or ideas, talk to Joe. He's a great guy to work with. What? Oh, what's this? Cat Rothmel. Hi, darling. My accountability is that yesterday I looked into my Zazzle.com store, rock and roll art world, and seen how easy it will be to sell things I've made. So let the games begin. Plus, right now as I listen in, I am working on a commercial for me. Whoopee! Woo! Fat guy happy dance, 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 dancing fat guy pants. Oh yeah! I'm so happy for you, Kat. Get that stuff out there. Get the links out there. As soon as I have my putty little fingers clutching Hobbit like, the It Comes in Pints link. That stuff's going everywhere. And folks, just before we get going, let's run Kat's commercial. This is the old one. I can't wait to see what the new one has. But let's get the adventures of the rock and roll art goddess. Yes, folks, coming soon to Zazzle.com, you guys will be able to purchase wonders made by our own rock and roll art goddess. Art to elevate your mood, inspire your mind, improve your world, and open your horizons. Not only will the lovely rock and roll art goddess, our own Cat Rothmel, put that out, but she will help you learn how to be a better instructor, how to be more present in the world, and how to gain that emotional education for yourself and others. This is somebody making the world a brighter place with everything she does, and I am danged honored to be behind her and promoting her. Please follow her literally everywhere. I will follow you wherever you may go. Alrighty, now that we've done that, Jody, it's BKM. Was working, did see you come in. I'm also planning my week off from school. Yay! Get your days on, cat. You deserve a break, party. But get some recordings and stuff. A while ago, you did an amazing cruise down to the beach. I would love to see you do a cruise video like that down Franklin when it's all lit up down to the Festival of Lights in Washington Park. I think that would be just amazing. Oh, yo, Joe, it's okay. I was in ninja mode. Wait a second. Yo, Joe, ninja mode. You know, I've never seen Brian K. Morris and Snake Eyes in the same place. Love you lots, Nick. I am thankful that I have met you. It is so reciprocated, darling. I love you so much. You are just a radiant beacon of light and hope. My accountability, Joe D. Mixie says. We are moving forward with issue 4 primetime Saturday night, enjoying the feedback from those who are watching behind the scenes on my show. Excellent. Still sketching concepts. Enjoyed Nick's drawing stream the other day. Love the RPG talk during the sketching of today's thumbnail. Thank you. That show is kind of a place where all my streams meet up because people come by to see it. I can't wait to see how that show builds. It's a lot of fun for me, and it really goes back to my earliest roots in YouTube, where I had my phone propped up funny, and I was either doing stop motion or whiteboard art and simple art lessons for kids. I may go back to doing that too. But thank you. About to send a document to lawyer later today, and 10 more comics to the CGC to get graded. Awesome. Donna abandoned us to have breakfast with her adopted sister. Well, family first, even if it hurts. Did Donna turn into Duma again? Is she off pillaging the city to her heart's content since they refused to refuse her discount code or something? You know what? Speaking of discount codes and comic books, if you are looking for Gemini mailers, please remember that Nerd Bacon, and I'm borrowing the plug for this, has a code to get you 10% off your order, Nerd10, all caps. If that helps anybody in the comic producing community that happens to come through here, yay. So there's a discount code for Donna. I don't know if it shouldn't apply to her, but if it does, awesome. Accountability on chapter 17 out of 29 for my novel proposal. Blogs for the Patreon people completed. Picked up another editing client this morning and got a lunch date with another writer today. Oh my. And that is absolutely wonderful. Brian, you are an inspiration for us all, as always, just knocking it out. Johnny freaking KJ. Johnny mentions the art of piece. Me automatically. Oh, dear Lord. I don't know what that YouTube goes to. I'm scared. I'm going to real quick try to find it out because I am hoping it's a Trigun reference. And good morning, Johnny. I hope you're having a absolutely splendid day. But we'll go here. Oh, that's an odd bit of lag, but okay. At least we know what you're about, Johnny, and that fits to par. Oh, Lord. Gotta come and dump. That too, Jody. Yay, we have a Brian K on today. Yes, we do. And see, she's blowing kisses and hugs to you too. See, I'm not saying that that's going to happen every week, Brian, but we miss you. And, a lot of people are expressive in that. The Rising Tide spot will be a project in 2023. Oh, and I created a writing journal for 23 to track my daily progress and personal appearances. Ooh, delightful. Since you created the journal anyway, Brian, if it's a format that could be published, there's no reason why you couldn't do a published version of that journal through, say, Lulu or Amazon. So others may buy the Brian K. Morris Writer's Journal to help them track things. I mean, I would never suggest a low content tool that would help others and possibly pull in some extra income for a dear friend. No. I would never presume to say such things. Woo! And we got another comment dump while I was in the mood. Okay, let's see. Joe, I need to hop a bit early today. Hope you all have fun. See you all on Hump Day. Promises, Joseph. Promises. It's Joseph, my broseph. I do have an idea. I'm not sure people want to participate. Saturday is small business Saturday. I would like to have a bit of a sale on the show to highlight people and their wares. Okay. That sounds cool. I also want to remind you that the Facebook group, it tends to go dormant during the year. But around Thanksgiving, the St. Nick's Creators Christmas Mall rises back up. It is on Facebook. It is public, I believe. You look it up. It's Saint in parentheses because I couldn't put Saint before my name without twitching. Nick's Creators Christmas Mall as a place for small businesses to, it literally is, please promote your stuff there. And while you're there, shop others. This is literally my goal is to follow the the small convention idea that when you go to a small convention, much of the business is actually done vendors buying from vendors. There's it's almost a swap meet kind of thing that happens as a parallel economy to selling stuff to everybody else. And I want to make at least that happen because it's one of my favorite things in the world. So consider hopping down and joining that group as well. And if that's open, send out links, put out messages. If you've got time to make this happen, Joe. Thank you, Nick, for that beautiful live voice over my commercial. I try, darling. It is such a good commercial, and thank you for understanding. I hope I'm not overstepping, but it's my job to try to help folks, and I want to help you succeed every way I can. Lamau, I knew you would figure it out, Nick, about Snake Eyes thing. Don't tell Eric Hawkins, though. Eric Hawkins will behave or I will mail him a skeletal horse. Yes, Nick. Love catching that drawing show of yours yesterday. More, please. I can do that. That can be arranged because I draw a lot. And the only issue I have right now is a screen size issue. I don't get my full drawing board, but we will figure something out. We will probably miss part of it, Joe, unless we get back from Wabash, Indiana show early. Yes. LOL, love you too, brother. Nick, the main thing that gets knocked out around here is me around 8 p.m. Oh, God. I'm just glad you're getting some sleep, my friend. You didn't used to. Well, I want to open up to people here. Contact me later, everybody. You guys know how to reach Joe D on the DMs. Slide on his DMs. Send him links. Set up sales. And it would be hard for me because I literally keep all my prices as about as low as Amazon will let me. But if there's something you can do to make it easier, especially this year, do it. And good on you, Joe, for trying to arrange it. Hey, Carl Witzman. I've already scouted out a place to eat after the Wabash show. Yeah, I love your nefariousness. Ooh, how did I miss Cat? Mm-hmm. All the love. I miss Cat every day. Ba-doom-cha. I have no idea if we will have tidbits and scribbles tonight. It depends on the work schedule of Michaela Jade. Mm-hmm. So much does. Great, Brian. Sounds good. Nick, already working on that journal thing. You see? This is why I love discussing things with you, my dear, dear friend. On the same page, man. It's so good to be around people. It really is. I am so thankful to this community. And I'm going to lose my mind a bit Wednesday because I tend to take gratitude serious. I'm going to try not to tear up on camera. But you guys have done so much for me by just being the text of voices on the other side of the screen. And by putting great things out and inspiring and uplifting. It is such an honor. So yes. Joe, I was hoping to get previously vetted people in rather than vetting new people. This is why it's an idea stage unless there's interest here. Well, it's really easy. If there's interest, you guys want to do something with Joe Saturday, reach out to him. Now, if Small Business Saturday doesn't work out because so many of you are going to be at that Wabash author convention, that's fine too. It's still an idea that has merit. It just may need to manifest differently. Never throw a good idea out just because it doesn't fit the outfit today. Now, let me close that up. I have to not strain my internet whenever possible. And folks, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. So let's keep this all going. And joined by Richie. Hey, Richie, fellow factotum. If you know, you know. If you not, don't. You should. Yeah, I totally didn't forget it's Monday, but Monday didn't forget you, my friend. We are loved and having you. Got any accountability? Anything new? Published dates? Let me know how you're doing. And sorry, I'm late. Had a lot going on this morning, brother. We are here to serve. Okay, I pop in every day just hoping I'll have somebody I can promote and talk about on the other end of this lovely broadcast. Morning, folks. And Angie's daughter slept through her alarm, so I had to drive her to school, and then she almost immediately walked to the nurse and got sent home sick, so I had to drive right back to the school. Oh, that's a rough run. I've been there when Xander was in normal school. It's hard being a parent. It is not an easy nor a chipper thing, but it is appreciated. You're doing good in the world, and sometimes it's hard to see. But let's see. Oh, I shared it, and I need to get it set up. Where let me see if I can do that. Well, no, I don't trust my internet. But Luke Stone, my friend, my business partner in the Hybrids, the Sons of Gods, the role-playing game, and likely many, many other things, provided that the role-playing game succeeds, it set out a roadmap for his 2023 plans so that we can discuss and everybody knows what's coming. How wonderful is that for the people who are organized enough to do this? Having a roadmap is such a good idea because it helps your fans. You know what? I am going to take the risk. I'm going to go here real quick. Bam. And I am going to see if I can't snag that roadmap and put it up here because it does matter to some of our viewers and it matters to me. So let me get. Problem is, I shared it on Facebook, and I share, frankly, a lot of things on Facebook. Aha, bam. Oh, I'm on Twitter. Yay. And yes, I'm still on Twitter while Twitter stands. You can reach me at Tockert. And we are going to get this image. We are going to save image as desktop. Go here. LS roadmap. And then I'm going to put that up here. So we'll do this. We'll do this. I have no idea what format that saved in. That was weird. I've never seen one save. Okay, I guess it's going to save like that. Let's see if it logs up. And add overlay. And I'm sorry for the slight. Yeah, it's not working. That's okay. We have other ways of making you talk. Give me just a moment. Move tab to new window. Come here. I will not be beaten when I want to share news. So we go share string. Da 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 da. Bam. Share. All righty. Come back here. Here we go. This is Luke Stone's Studios release schedule. I am sharing this because you will notice something interesting. Both January 1st, Out of Obscurity, and that will be crowdfunded through Fund My Comic and Indiegogo, where you'll be able to get possibly my modern debut writing of Paul Bunyan Kaiju Hunt Slayer, and the 10th, the Hybrids RPG launches. I am mentioning this because this has been years in the works now, and we want to see how this goes. Also, I may have something in this Hybrids Omnibus in July. So just letting you guys know that I've got something snazzy coming, and Luke has all these great trades and other things coming down the pipe. So you guys need to know this stuff, because trust me, it's going to be groovy. And I'll try to set things up right, because that did not say, that saved in a strange format. But we have to invest time and faith in people sometimes, and we will see. And you have to see, can this work? Will this work, or will it fail? I would rather try and fail than have it not work, but let's see what else here. Bam. Hey, Rich. And weekend was crap. Felt like refined heck. Placed through a Juice Ninja refrozen, then microwave to feel better this morning, though. Well, it seems like the world has turned you into cranberry sauce. Cranberry, strawberry. Yes. Anyway, my enunciation is a strange thing, and I refuse to apologize for it. Actually, I apologize all the time, but it is what it is. No, wow, I clapped my hands, and my computer tried to do interesting things. That's a thing. Well, let's get rid of Twitter before it loses its mind. Yay. We also have some. I have so much I want done by the end of the week. I want it done this weekend. It didn't work, but there's more writing to come, more stuff. I'm excited. And you know what? Since you're here, and since I've been having a morning, I will give you a preview on a project I am working on. And when I mean working on, I mean really working on. Give me just a second. Bam. Here you go. This is, I'm literally in the middle of flatting this picture for a friend. The black and white version will probably appear in an upcoming project, but I could not do a color version. I have it shaded. As you can see, I haven't even finished the foot. But that's what I was working on while I was waiting for the time to prop up, because we need more colorful flame girls making the day a better place. Don't you think? Don't be afraid to show off your art, okay, guys? So, looks like things have gotten quiet. I want to remind you guys to please like, share, and subscribe to this video, because without that, I can't get my message out. And since so much of my message is just trying to grab tie-down lines to get your ropes across, it's in everybody's best interest. So let me run a commercial real quick, and we will see where everyone is. If everybody gets real quiet, we'll just call it a few minutes early. Although I don't think you guys will. Who needs a plug? Let's give it. Oh.
Greetings, fellow traveler, and welcome to the Association of Ishtar, a multiverse of cosmic mystery and steampunk adventure. The Association of Ishtar is a clandestine organization of volunteers investigating anomalies called rifts, portals to other worlds where anything is possible. Most of these planes are but savage variations of Earth, but some are home to advanced civilizations or the occasional alien beings beyond human comprehension. Every day, these brave men and women are risking their lives by crossing the fringes of reality. Should they succumb, they will die in obscurity. But it's not the Associate's vocation to perish, but to seek out and gather information on the copious threats lurking beyond the rifts to ensure humanity can overcome. After all, those who pry prevail.
That's right, folks. The Association of Ishtar is a wonderful resource, and it's one of those great opportunities to read other people's writing. And just like art and music, you need to expose yourself to the creatives of others critically. Because while philosophically it is not wise to compare yourself to others, as there will always be greater and lesser folks than you, looking at art with a critical eye, looking at writing with a critical eye. I read for immersion. Always read for immersion. If you only read one way, read for immersion, please. But if you can, reading for analysis is a different form, and understanding both the grammar and such, as well as the structure of the story, will make you a better writer. It's exactly like looking at the art of more skilled artists and how they do their lines, how they take their shapes. I watch a lot of drawing videos. I'm a big fan of Drawfee, even though the content can get spicy, because it makes, it's fun and it's educational to me, because I watch how they do things and I learn. I watch Luke Stone's drawing videos. I catch Joe's when I can. And Sketchy Saturdays over on the Indie Comics Network is just, guys, it's a free masterclass in sequential art, if that's your jam. And if non-sequential art, you just want to draw, still jam. Trust me, you need to read. When you have real professionals talking about what they're doing, reach out. And you can ask questions. I've even been on that program. I may go on again. It's really good, and it's good for the soul to create. And I find if you pull ego out of it, you actually you gain confidence and inspiration in equal parts. When you cruise sites like DeviantArt or Instagram, if you follow the right people, you can build a better place. And I want to talk briefly because I have a little time before it's the end of the show, and no one's talking to interrupt me. So, about social media, many people are upset about the content that sometimes they see on social media. I want to remind you that these algorithms we fight can also be used in our benefit, and we can think algorithmically. I have some people who I'm good friends with, but I cannot follow them on social media because they get behind a keyboard and they become rude, or they expound ideas that I disagree with, and they expound them on such a way. Oh, excuse me. That I find it pervasive. The weather's changing, so my ears are popping. You can curate your own social media experience. And just people need to understand if you don't like their content, you don't follow it, you block. And if you see something that troubles you, you can scroll by. Peace is not something that one finds. The old quote isn't blessed are the peace finders. No, peace is something you make. Serenity is a state of manufacture. You have to take the effort to do what it takes to find that level of peace. And once you have it, you have to appreciate it because it can be fleeting. So build towards peace. If you like positive content, put positive content out there. If you find the negative is a burden, walk away from it. You have to do what you have to do to survive and to function. Never feel bad for that. And while we're at it, build each other up. By building each other up, we all benefit. We all gain in hope and dreams. So today, I want you guys to write. Okay, I'm serious. I want you guys to sit down and write. Even if it's just a sentence on an index paper, get yourself or a little book. These are my favorite books. I can't quite the composition books sometimes almost intimidate me. Notebooks that open like this don't work as I throw my projects. But you get yourself a nice little notebook and you write things in it. This particular, my orange notebook is known to me by my gamers, that I started with, it was just my Game Master's reference. Just a bunch of charts. Sort of like the big thing, but I never remember to bring a game screen. I don't actually think I have a fancy one. And then I started making more and more. And it is slowly evolving into a book. So that at the end of this, I will do some type of typed rendition. It's a totally different mind frame from what I normally use. And I knew I'd cross somewhere when I started taping in things. So this is a project, probably a 2023 project. And here, I'll show you some other maps I'm doing. A little more art refund. This counts as accountability. Little maps. Because this book is going to be an RPG reference. And part of that is just having, I don't know what's happening now, so I need little maps just to keep things straight. This book will be something probably in 2023 I publish in one form or another. Or later. I don't know how long it'll take. That one's a little different. Having books, having dreams, having projects help keep us moving. Because life can only be understood by looking back, but it has to be lived by moving forward. I want to say that's C.S. Lewis. I recently shared that quote. And as somebody who's a little dyslexic and a little disconnected, I tend to go in both directions. Take that as you will. But as it looks like we've hit the hour, my comments have all gone surprisingly quiet, so I assume that everybody is busy this Monday. Thank you so much for coming out. I am going to run one more ad. I think for Cindy Koepp, I'm not going to try to speed read it. And then we will see what we see. Please support Cindy Koepp at CKOEPP.com and support Frog G wherever you can. The Indiegogo being shadow banned is a shocking and uncomfortable turnout because while it's not fully my jam, I've seen nothing that would warrant exclusion. So there is that. Carl says, sorry, I had to get some stuff done here. No, guys, if you're working on things, you're getting things done, you're creating. This is good. It's okay to be too busy for my little show. I just want to see you create. You came out, you talked, have a good day. I've had a good day. I've had a great day, and I'm going to continue. I have plans both for writing and art and creativity because that's, my jam. And a whole lot of housework. That's a little intimidating, but I'm going to get it done because it needs done. And I might address I've tried to put Christmas lights up last night, and the wind got me, and they were the little fairy lights, and it turned into a crankshaft ball. So I may have that to work on. We shall see, but we shall also overcome. Kat says, I love to listen when I'm creating. Thanks for the inspiration. It is my pleasure and my privilege to be of service to you, Kat. Everybody, follow her on Facebook. She's all over the Instagram sphere, and she has several YouTube channels. And Jody McPhee says that the advantage of live streams, there are always reruns if you didn't make the first run. That is right, folks. And you know what? We have cracked an hour, and I don't want to go too far into Nita and Daphne's show. And I say that because Daphne Lage usually gets the top press, being the badass ultimate artist she is, and Nita, tends to hang back because she's surprisingly polite. But we're going to do something about that. Phrasing. Have a great day. And, Kat, we got a new tree to put up Saturday. The earliest ever. No decorating it until after Thanksgiving. Have a great day, all. Hugs and kisses. Hugs and kisses to you, darling. You guys have a great day. Get creative. And take some time to be thankful, because gratitude is the gateway to a better life. The perspective of gratitude and joy in that will really change the way you look at the world. It'll make it a brighter place, and it'll motivate you. And the other thing I say is, Rich said, I assembled the tree this weekend because surgery on Wednesday, I don't think I can do it after. You take it easy, Richie. Seriously, you guys just take it easy. Yeah. With that all said, guys, get creative, do what you need to do, and be there for each other. Because if you write or draw, you can edit it, but you can't edit a blank page. I will see you Thursday. I'm sorry. I will see you Wednesday for another episode of Nevermind the Furthermore. And I may just pop on to do a drawing stream at some point in the fairly near future, too, depending on how things get done. We will see you all very soon.